Hi book lovers! Welcome back to Cozy Novel Niche. Today I'm here with a review that I was hoping to do for such a long time, just because this book was on my radar for I guess a couple of years at this point, and I wasn't able to read it. It has a long history for me, because actually this book is one of those that was destroyed in my collection, and then I ended up buying it, and I finally read it this spring, because this was one of the books that I definitely wanted to read last year during middle grade March, and I wasn't able to, and this year I wasn't able to finish it in March, but I finished it in April, and so I'm still happy with it because it was so worth it. The book I'm talking about is Eva Evergreen, the Semi-Magical Witch. First of all, just take a look at this cover. It's so pretty and lovely, and yeah, as you may see from the image and the title, if it reminds you of Kiki Delivery Service, the Ghibli studio animation movie, then you're quite right, because this book is a fantasy middle grade, the first book in a duology, I believe, and now I cannot wait to get my hands on the second book because I need to know how it ends. Yeah, I'm that I'm that invested in this story at this point. And we're following Eva, who is the daughter of a very famous witch in this kingdom, and she is at the beginning of the story, she is an apprentice, I believe. And so this means that she goes through an apprenticeship, and then she needs to go and to stay for a full moon, for a full month, in a different city, and just to kind of complete her quest. And so she needs to become the witch of that town, of that place, and to do good, pretty much. The rules are: 1, help your town, do good all around; 2, live there for 1 moon, don't leave too soon; and 3, fly home by broomstick, the easiest of tricks. And so our Eva just wishes to pass this apprenticeship in order to become a novice witch, so that she will be able to grow and just follow pretty much her mother's path. But unfortunately, her mother is a very powerful witch, whereas our dear Eva kind of lacks in power, apparently, because she doesn't feel very magical. She has just a pinch of magic, and she's able to use it in a very unusual way. She defines herself as a repair witch, as in she uses something from the real world and then she enhances it with her magic, and then that's the way she does magic, pretty much. But the other witches all around the realm are able to just kind of create everything on a whim, and she is not able to do that. So her magic works a little bit differently, and so she's very worried, and she just wants to give her best and give a shot in order to finally become a full witch. And so yeah, this is her journey. For a middle grade, it is a pretty lengthy book. The light, of course, when I'm filming, it decides to fade away, because why not? And this book is almost 400 pages long. That's quite long for a middle grade, actually, but it's very lovely. It has some small illustrations at the beginning of every chapter, like just small details, to give you an idea. And all throughout the book you can definitely feel that Ghibli vibe, because she ends up traveling to a town in order to become a witch, and I will not give you any spoilers, but the overall vibe that you get is that of a close-knit, cozy community. So this book, I would define it as a cozy, coastal, seaside vibes, friendship, happiness, but also a lot of, like, it's not a low stake, I would not define it a low stake fantasy, like a low stake cottagecore fantasy. No, there is kind of a lot at stake in this book, and so you still have that element of tension and something big that's gonna probably happen, and so you're trying to just follow the story together with Eva and unraveling everything. but then at the same time it still gives you that idea of a warm hug. So I think that a lot of younger readers will enjoy it, but also a lot of older readers too, because as an adult I enjoyed it so much. I had a bit of an issue with the pacing. There were some moments where some things were a little bit dragged, maybe just a little bit. I wasn't just I wasn't a fan of the pacing, but it was lovely, and by the end of it I was like teary-eyed just because of the emotion, the overall emotion that I was feeling at the end of this book. And as I said to you before, I really definitely want to read the second one and to finish this duology, because now it is kind of high in my ratings. Like, I mean, I will think about this book every now and then, and it's just something that I miss when I read a book. That feeling, that warm and fuzzy feeling of the found family, the friendships, all the things that makes a book a great book. Sometimes I really feel the lack of it in other books, but here it was full packed. And again, if you're a fan of Kiki Delivery Service, this is very similar. I mean, she's not a delivery witch, so that's not the story, but it's very similar, as in she has to move for a month, she is not the best with her magic, and so it definitely takes a lot from that narrative, but it adds its own, so it has its own merits, and I just hope that you will read it. It will give you, it's perfect for both spring and summer, I think, because yeah, it doesn't really matter in what season you will read it. It just will work all throughout the year, but I think that spring and summer are the best moments to read it. Just give it a try. It will make you happy. I mean, there is a lovely flame fox as one of the side characters, and just all the town that she's visiting throughout the story. I loved it. I want to get back there. Yeah, that's just how happy it made me. So I hope that if you've not read it yet, you will read it soon, and if you've read it, please let me know down below, because I would love to chat with someone about this book, since it was a lovely discovery, and I cannot wait to read the second one, and I hope that the second one will not ruin the first one for me, because otherwise I will be very mad at the author, but I cannot, because right now I'm so happy. So thank you, Julie, Abe, I'm not sure about the pronunciation there, don't quote me, but yeah, definitely recommend it. Definitely a lovely read for spring, and just overall to lift your mood and make you feel something good inside. But beware, because you definitely need to get to the second book, because it ends on a cliffhanger and it's a pretty huge one. So you will want probably to read the second one. It's not a book that you can read as a standalone. If you want to read it as a standalone, you don't have to read the last pages of the book. Otherwise, you need the second one. So yeah, this is everything that I wanted to tell you in this non-spoiler review for this book. And again, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below if you read it or if you're planning to read it. And I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye! Ciao!